Hey everybody, it's Lauren of Visionary Stationery and Lauren V Designs, and this week for Design Slate, I'm going to show you how to create a logo in less than 10 minutes. It can be done, trust me. Stay tuned. Okay, so welcome back. We're here to learn about how to create a logo that's simple and effective in a format that is a vector-based program. So the one that I have up right now is called Inkscape, and it's pretty similar to Illustrator. So a lot of the tools and so forth that we'll be using, it'll be pretty much simple enough so that you can create an awesome, effective logo without too much fuss of graphics or anything like that. So let's get started here. Here in Inkscape, basically, when you want to create a logo that's pretty simple, the best way to do that will be to create a font-based logo. And the reason why you do that is because it's pretty much the wording itself. It's simple and it's easy to read. You can see it clearly. You can read it clearly. Okay, so in this case, when you're creating your logo, you have to think about font pairings. And what we mean by font pairings is like combinations. What type of font will go well with another font? And there's different types of fonts. And if you click in the blog, I have a link that goes directly to Canva's design school, and they have an awesome article that talks about how to pair your fonts. Usually it's best to have at least 3 fonts, especially for your web design. And there's a header font, there's also a secondary font that's an accent, and then your reading font that you read on your text, whether it's online or offline. But in this case, we're just going to use 2 because we're just creating a logo. So I'm going to see if I can pick, let's see if we can pick a logo shape or font rather. I'm going to pick a font. Let's try. I like this one. This is a brush script, and the brush script, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Let's make that 144. Okay. So in the brush script has a very, okay. So now it's typing. Okay. So the brush script has a very nice, whimsical, feeling. So when you look at it, you can tell that it is a whimsical feeling. So I'm going to go back and make sure that I have my font that I chose. So let's go back here and see what did I call it? What is Rebel? Yeah, there we go. So that's it. So I've chosen this font here, and this particular font is called Rebel. And as you can see, it's very ornate, it's very detailed, and I just put my name, Lauren V, here, just so you can see the detail. Now, if I wanted to fill in the color, I will go here, and I can choose different colors on the wheel here. I can go to, if you know your colors based on your mood board that you did before, you can put in your color scheme based on that, either the HSL, the RGB, which is red, green, black, or the CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. Or you could just pick off the color wheel. So I'm gonna do that real quick because I like just playing around with color. And my favorite color is purple, so I'm gonna play around with some purples here. So there we go. So that's one part of our logo, and this is the heading, the header logo, or the header font. I know this is a header font because I cannot use this particular font all over the place on text because it will be extremely hard to read, especially if it's all together. So we know that you can use this type of font only as a header font. Most script fonts, most brush fonts are specifically used for headers or for accents or display fonts. You usually don't use them for reading, reading based fonts or reading text or what have you. Most of the time they're used for this. So pretty much that is set in stone. So we have this first part here that is our header font, the first part of our logo. So now I'm going to create a new layer. So I'm going to go here to layer, add a layer, and I'm going to just give this a name because I usually do that when I'm creating logos or anything like that. I always give my layers names. So I'm going to put secondary font, and it's going to be added above it. So if I go down here and I click this, it's right above the first font, which was the first layer, which had the header font. So now we're going to do to the secondary font, and I'm going to look for a font that works well with this script font. So I'll just click anywhere in here, and I'm just going to write out the word designs real quick. And even though the sans serif, and as you can see up here, actually it has the word sans serif, and a sans serif font, as you see, is very straight. There's no feet or hooks or anything like that. It's a very straight type of font. So in this sense, sans serif may work pretty well with this type of header, this type of script or brush font. But I'm going to look through and see if there's something else that has a little bit more character. And also, I wanted to show you really quickly how this can be made bigger. I can make this huge if I wanted to. And notice that the quality has not changed. It's not fuzzy or pixelated or, just blah. It just looks really clean, very clean lines, because it is a vector-based program. So this is why you can do it like this, and it wouldn't lose its quality at all. So let's look in here. I'm gonna make this maybe like that, and I'm gonna move it up here a minute, and let's see if I can find, and I'm gonna double click it so I can check and see what types of font choices I can look at in terms of matching this with this particular font. So I could use a number of sans serifs. And I can also use a serif. Well, that wouldn't look right because, as you can see, it's kind of competing with each other. This has a whole lot of ornate designs, and if I zoom up a little bit, okay, here's my zoom. If I zoom up a little bit here, you can see that this, even though this is a serif font because it has the hooks and the swoosh to the thin lines, it still is something that is competing with this particular font here, and it almost seems like it's a bit too much. Oops, trying to go back down here. So more than likely I wouldn't use this type of font because it's too much. It's the quality of it is taken away from the actual header font. So I'm not going to use that. So it's just a matter of going through your font choices and seeing which one would work well. And just gonna kind of scroll up here and looking through. See, that may work. This is Open Sans, and that's a readable font, so we know that this is a sans serif because it says Open Sans. So I know this is a sans serif font, which is straight lines, clean lines, and pretty much that's my particular brand of being a designer. I wanted something that communicates a clean, modern look, but also funky, fresh, sassy, islandish. Just me, because that's who I am. So something like this would work, but I could also look for other typefaces or fonts that would kind of work well, that still have a little bit more character to it. Something like that may work. This is GeoSans Light, which is a lighter type of sans serif. So as you can see here, and I think I'll probably stick with this for now, As you can see here, it pretty much kind of works with the logo itself, because the colors, the shape of it, it all works in one accord. It's not taken away from the actual header, but you can still read the font itself. So, and if I just lower that and then maybe stick that in the middle, and then, you know, I can make this a little bit smaller so it can fit in right there. So maybe I'll make this what color I'm gonna make this. Okay, we can move the wheel here. I'm gonna move the wheel around, and there we go. I have my brand colors, right? Make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And that's it. Just like that, you have a logo. It doesn't have to be, and that's the thing, people think that you have to have a big graphic, and the graphic has to be all on point and so forth, and it has to communicate something. No, it doesn't. You can have your own script, you can have your own font, pair your fonts well, and create an awesome logo. All right? Or you can even use your own signature. If you really have a bomb signature, that's really, really cool. Try to just do your signature, scan it on a computer, and upload it to one of your graphics program like Inkscape or Illustrator, and have it traced out so that you can use your own signature as your logo. So it's that simple. Your logo does not have to be all extravagant. The whole point of your logo is so that people can recognize who you are in terms of your brand, so that they can get in contact with you. That's it. So pretty much, if you wanted to use this, of course you would save it. You can save it as an Inkscape SVG. So an SVG here would be a vector based file. So anything that would make sure that the shapes stay together, you know, it would keep everything in line. Also, I would save it here as an encapsulated postscript. That means that it would be vector basically it would be a vector file. So if you needed to import this into Illustrator, or you needed to send this to your printer and have them print it, or what have you, they have a file that they can adjust easily without it losing the quality and coming out extra fuzzy. So pretty much that's it. It wasn't that simple. I think that was pretty simple. So please, if you enjoyed this, leave comments in the section below. Subscribe. I will have more videos on this, and I look forward to talking with you next time on another edition of Design Slay. Have a great day.